it's very close to contact. That had to be so close. Smoking in to the mark. It's game on. Here's an awesome race in towards the bottom gate. Have a go at the speed, 43 knots. This team is absolutely on fire.
Hello and welcome to all of you beautiful eSailing fans around the world. Welcome to the eSailGP 2020 Championship Pop-Up Qualifier. We are getting ready to play Virtual Regatta Inshore eSailGP campaign. We are going to see who's winning. Top 8 has been found, but I have to say it's top 9 today because the winner of the last race, John Cardona, also was the winner of this qualifying event today. We will soon introduce who the co-commentator is at the moment. We are in a time where we need internet, and of course when shows like this are going online, sometimes things are happening. But don't worry, we will be here. We have contact to all the players, so we have them in the studio in a few seconds. If there should be any questions or anything while we are doing the races, we have a chat there. We can already see that more than 300 players of you are online at the moment and doing a great job. So let's take a cheer up for that. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's just see what it's all about, and let's see who won the last pop-up qualifier. Here is Joan Cardona.
Hi, my name is Joan Cardona. I'm grinder for Team Spain. And you can find me in Virtual Regatta with the username of Joan Cardona Spain eSailGP. I invite you all to play in the next pop-up qualifier from the 10th to 12th of April.
Yes, that's a Team Spain move.
See you in Virtual Regatta.
And welcome back in studio. And Alec Wilkinson, we have you here in studio, and your camera is coming in a few seconds. Welcome in studio. You're going to help me guide us through what we're going to watch today, and what's coming up today here.
We've got a great set of races. So on this pop-up, we've had various qualification rounds, and we're now down to the final 8 racers who were in the top of the overall leaderboard last night. They've been racing for quite a while, and some really big names from eSailing. But the great thing is we've got some new names that we haven't seen before who are coming through the ranks, and especially one of the youngest sailors I think we've ever seen in an eSailing final.
It's going to be quite interesting, and when we've seen the format today, the format is it's a racing to a reach mark, then they are racing downwards with full speed to the first gate mark, going upwind to the second gate mark, then for third leg racing down to a gate mark, and then racing upwards again. And that's actually fantastic what's going to happen here. It's going to be with full speed, and it's going to be one of these battles we really enjoy. We will go into the players, and when we're saying young people, Duval Bosma is coming in, a young Dutchman, 14 years old. He will join us a little bit, but one thing eSailGP is known for is their Inspire program.
I love it. It's so much fun, especially when I'm on the water and I can see all the boats from so close. And for me, who sails, it's like a dream, really. So my name is Caroline, and I work here on water operations. So I had applied in the past to different sailing opportunities like that, but people usually wouldn't even apply because I'm young and I don't have much experience. And I've been told that there's this Inspire Careers program, and I thought it was a really good opportunity. Most of my responsibilities are just looking around the ribs. I check that there's enough petrol, just like check the power, put the motors down and up. And then during the day we go on the water and I stay with safety 1 or 2. Control. This is safety 1.
The Inspire program is great for young people. As you get older, you realise that these people need an experience, and We try and give them a little bit of time because we know in the long term it's going to help them out.
7 out of 10.
This Inspire Careers Week I think will enable me to learn more about SailGP, but also hopefully maybe get a job here. I think it would be the dream job for me.
And we are getting ready for tonight's first first round coming up. It is the SailGP pop-up qualifier. And Alec, when we're going into to see this fantastic format with the players, let's just take one of the players up here. This is one of the older players we're going to see today. What can we tell about him?
Carlos.
Yeah.
Bandido.
Yeah. Bandido is one of my favorite players. I always make a little bit fun with that. See, there he is in eSailing. He was known for racing with a pink sail and a unicorn on it. He's not doing that anymore. Now he's changed it after I made a little bit fun with his name and that sail. But more than that, we also have a player like Bartland Briggs, Alec.
Yeah, Bartland Briggs, who's qualified the Netherlands in the 49er for Tokyo 2020, and is kind of on the verge of qualifying himself and his crewmate Pim van Vught to the Tokyo Games. So a really experienced competitor from the Netherlands is Bartland Briggs. Yeah.
And then we have the last one we're going into. That's Duval Bosma. See, there he is. Young player. Let's see, Duval, we know you can hear us. Please wave to the fans. 14 years old, Alec.
Yeah, fantastic to see such a youngster. I mean, 16, do you remember we had a 16-year-old in the actual World Championship final?
Yeah.
So the average age of eSailing is dropping every day. And here we are with a 14-year-old qualified in 6th place for this pop-up final. And we'll see how he gets on.
Yeah. And race number 1 is on. It's race number 1 out of 3. It's 3 races back-to-back. Top 2 goes into a medal race, a match race in between them. And Duval Bosma, he's doing great. But let's just keep here. We have also, right now we have a view on Dogbars. He's from Turkey, and he's a good friend with Havuk. He's called Havuk his grandfather, but Havuk is 24 years old, and Dogbars 24 years old, and Havuk are 30. But what do we know about this Turk, Alec?
Well, he's an experienced sailor. He races a J70 on the European circuit, and in the past has been a European champion in the Laser 4.7. So he knows what he's doing. Yeah. But does he know what he's doing in an EF50? We're about to find out, because we're just 5 seconds from the start of our first race today. And they are away, and it looks like it's a clean start. And they accelerate to that first mark, just like a Formula One Grand Prix race where they all come into the first corner. They're jostling for position, and it's Dogarps who gets away first, but a penalty behind him for the youngster Douwe Borma, also for Tim Carpentier, and also for the Greek sailor.
But one interesting thing was the world champ himself. He's sitting on the porch, getting a penalty in that false start in that start, and that's giving Dogbars from Turkey a lead. Will we see a Turk win today? There's one Spanish here to defend the Spanish colors, but right now it doesn't look like they are going to win it.
Yeah, we should say, talking of Spanish sailors, Joan Cardona, the SailGP sailor from the Spanish team, he qualified, didn't he, in the pop-ups, but he's already through to the final, so he stood aside and let someone else have a go. So the Spanish representative here then, Bandido, currently sitting in 5th, as Douwe Bosma goes out to the borderline, to the boundary, and then starts coming back into the centre of the course.
And one,
it's fast and furious in eSailing, eSailGP, isn't it?
yeah, it is fast and furious, but see how close they are in this race. There's only 120 meters in between number 1 and number 6. So everything can happen in this race. They are all so focused. Right now we are watching Bartlett Briggs. He is in a good position. He already placed himself in the ley line. That's the best angle up towards the top mark with best VMG button in. And he's coming around, but it's still the Turk in the lead.
So the Turk in the lead, followed by the young Dutchman, and Dogarbs takes that left mark, followed by Bart Lambrechts. So it's Turkey and then the Netherlands, and Daryl Bosma decides to come closest to us. And off they head downwind, and you're going to see their speed accelerate as the wind catches them and they fly down to those marks, to that bottom gate. You can see those sort of like yellow laser lights sticking up. That's where they're aiming for. Dog Up still out in front. And now the leading pair beginning to build quite a lead on the rest of the fleet.
Yeah, but still a small mistake in this race, Alec, and they are out of it. See Dogwart's coming around, Bartlett Briggs. Let's see Bart, he's sitting there, coming in there, splitting up, and that's an interesting split they're doing here, because this split just means one thing, that one of them trying to find some win, and the other one also, but they're doing different tactics for it. Is it Bartlett Briggs?
Penalty for the young Dutchman. He crossed the boundary. That's inexperience for you. He pushed it too far. Yes, so a split, you've said, for the leaders, but they're coming in for a cross now, and this will give us an idea of how close they really are. Dogab still in front, ahead of Bart Lambrechts, but as they rounded that other gate earlier on, there was over 100 meters between them. There's just 20 now. So Bart Lambrechts' tactics worked.
Yeah, but in this case, I will say Dogbart, he's placing himself in a good position because he's the first to arrive to the right-hand side, like Bandito is doing over here. And this means he has the right of way when they're going upwind. And Bartlett Briggs needs to tack behind him. It's going to be very close. Let's see it here. Yeah, see, he's going behind him right now. So good move by Dogbart here.
Yeah, so the Turk just staying ahead. Can he keep his head? Can he stay calm enough to hold on to that lead? Time is running out for the Dutchman to catch the leader. Now Bandito has moved up into third place, so a good performance from him, and he's got breathing space. There's quite a gap back to the fourth placed boat. So I think we're watching the leading three, and barring disaster, Dog Arps is going to have this race. Bart Lambrechts is going to be second, and then it's a third place finish for Bandito.
So they're coming in, great race. See, Dogbar's all satisfied about that. Then we have Bartlett Briggs, he is in second, and we have Bandito in third, sitting in Spain and playing at the moment. And see, he's also very satisfied about this.
Finish though for the second Dutchman, the young Bosma in third place, Lucas Moore of Denmark in fourth, Tim Carpentier in there as well. And what happened to our current world champion? Right at the back of the fleet.
Yeah, he doesn't look satisfied there on the picture. He got a false start, and in an EF50 like this, a false start is costly, Alec. Very costly, and we can also see, we've seen in the chart afterwards. But let's see the leader here in the picture, Dogbars, he's coming in here, and we'll have an interview with him in a few sec. Dogbars first, Bartlett Briggs second, Bandito third, Duval Bosma fourth, Tim Carpentier from France, we haven't spoken about him yet, fifth, Greek 9, 6, Lucas Moore from Denmark. He was in the first pop-up qualifier final, the first final also, and there he also had a little bit hard time in these races, and then Willis the 7 won the world champion last. And the stats, Alec, they are not lying. Bandito with the best start, but the reason why Dogbars was winning was he sailed the shortest distance and was very good of getting that wind into the sails and reading that map. So great job by him, but we can see the world champ coming with speed.
Yeah, look at that maximum speed, 51.7 knots. That's incredible.
Yeah, and when we're seeing his pictures there, see, he has the cap he won in Marseille, SailGP Marseille. He have the red cap on with all the skippers' autographs on. SailGP cap is on there. But let's see, where did he win, where did he lose it? We can see he had the false start, and this false start was killing it for him. So that's why he was losing this race at the moment.
Yeah, you've got to try and get off that line. Yes, you've got to get across the line as close to zero as possible, but it's probably more important to stay out of trouble.
Yeah, let's have Dogbas in studio. Let's have him into a small interview in the mix zone, Alec.
Congratulations, Dogarbs. Well done.
Thanks.
So, how was that race? Are you surprised how well you did?
Sort of. My hands are quite shaking. It's my first time in the live final, so after the start it was a bit tight running at the first mark, so my hands are still shaking. and Bart was coming pretty fast on the second place, and there was a bit pressure from him also.
Does it make a difference knowing that you've got, an Olympic sailor chasing you right behind?
I know Bart for like 5 or 6 years, I guess. We've met him before, and I know that he's a really good sailor, so it's always giving some pressure for me. So I'm trying to run as fast as possible to get away from him.
So tell me, where does your name come from, Dogarbs?
So my name is Doğa Arıbaş. Like if you take out the Turkish word, it's Doga Aribas. So I just shortened the last name. So Doga is my first name and Aribas is my second name. So I just shortened it.
Clever stuff. All right, Dogarbs. So congratulations. Race 1 is yours. And we'll see. We'll see if you can keep the performances going for the rest of this pop-up. What do you think?
It will be hard because we have the best sailors in the fleet. So if you make a small mistake, you're just lost. So it will be a hard race, hard 2 more races in order to qualify for the top 2.
Okay, good luck.
Thanks.
Last TV show I binged. I mean, I watch a lot of shows, like a lot.
Oh, I'm not good with TV shows.
It might have been Peep Show.
Succession. Yeah, I watched Succession. I like that. It was interesting.
Game of Thrones.
Sex Education.
Ozark. Quite good.
I'd say the last TV series I really binged on was Suits, and that would have been about 4 or 5 years ago.
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl?
Watched that on the plane.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, Chernobyl. Recommend that for anybody.
Hard Knocks. I decided to watch that the other day on the way home. So I got sucked into it. I went through it in about 5 hours.
I don't know.
What have I been watching lately? I'm trying to think.
I've sort of seen everything, being a traveller, travelling around the world.
I watch them with my fiance, so I'm trying to think. We've been away from each other for over a month now, so I'm like, oh.
Last show I binged, The Good Place. It's just interesting.
I've been watching a show called Scandal lately. It's been pretty good, kind of American politics.
Oh, I hate TV shows. I hate TV. Yeah, sorry.
And welcome back in studio. What a fantastic start we had, Alec, in this race. Really coming up, doing great elements of this fantastic game.
Yeah, I have to say that this EF50 is great for eSailing because the racing and the format is short, it's sharp. We get through lots of races. It's a lot faster, and I have a theory that that's why we're also seeing younger players coming through, because they like to come, they like to blast around the course, and then they like to move on to the next thing. Yeah. And I just think it's a great format.
Yeah, it's fantastic. We're going into race number 2, but before starting, let's just have a view on some of the players. This is Lucas Moore, Alec.
Yeah, Lucas Moore. Well, we regular viewers will know all about Lucas Moore, the Dane, who has been really successful making lots of finals in lots of different eSailing competitions. And here he is representing Denmark in eSailGP. He's already made one final. He didn't quite win it, but he's made the final once already. This is obviously a pop-up, but in, 6th of May, I think, we have the actual San Francisco eSailing competition. So we're looking forward to that and see if he makes that as well.
Yeah, and another player's team. It's Tim Carpentier.
From France. Yeah, he's a young junior squad member of the French national team. He was hoping to be competing at the Laser Europeans this year, but obviously they've been cancelled. So that's not happening now because of the emergency that's going on. But hopefully he'll be back in his boat and back in action very soon. We're watching him live from Montpellier in France as the clock ticks down into the final minute, and they start to line up.
Yeah, it's interesting. Alec, we just have one of these things. We are playing fair on Virtual Regatta Inshore. We're going to go out of this game and restart it because Willis the 7-1, he lost connection just before start. And we hadn't pressed start there, and we didn't see he was losing it. So we will just ask all the players to disconnect and restart the game, because this is going to be a fair play. We are in a competition mode. We are in one of these competitions that mean a lot for the players. And we can see here the world champ. He's sitting on the porch, has his family behind. He's throwing a little bit bad words against, but there are some internet issues around the world, and we have to live with that. While we're waiting for that, then let's see the young Duval. See, he's so focused. So getting ready to it.
Yeah, I mean, our viewers are watching the young Dutchman at home in is it pronounced Jura, Thomas?
Yeah,
Jura, the town of Jura, just outside Amsterdam, so I'm told. But I am looking at the faces of all the other sailors as well, and it was very telling when you told everyone to come out of the server. So many of them just kind of sat back and took a breath and relaxed, and you saw them relax just for a moment, because we were already into the minute before the start, and the tension was beginning to build. So it's if you have any doubts as to what this competition means for these guys, this is pressure on, and it means a lot, and they're feeling that pressure. So about a minute and 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, and the race is on.
Greece 9, GRE 9 from Saloniki. Sailed in the Tornado for Greece. He was part of the national squads until 2005. And we'll see if he can bring some of that experience to the EF50.
And the interesting part about him is, see how good looking he is. He sent a picture to us where we called him the E-Sailors Leonardis. So that is King of Sparta we are seeing here in the game. So let's see how he's focused right now. Not enough fun for him. 30 seconds to the start, Alec. It's all about hitting that starting line at the time. And right now we can see Willis the 7-1 is getting ready to have a long start there.
And we've already seen Bart Lambrechts with a penalty there.
Yeah,
quite sure how he picked that up.
Outside of the lay line, that's why. There to go. Okay. Start coming up.
So Bart stepping outside the boundaries, but now they are all in the boundaries. They are accelerating towards the start line a little bit early. So no, it's going to be clean, I think, with Douwe Bosma speeding off.
Bandito.
Bandito goes back to start again.
But see who's in the lead.
Is in the mix as well, but it's the young Dutchman who gets round that first mark in the lead, which I think is a repeat of what happened in the first race. Dog Ups in second, Filippo Lanfranchi in third, and Lucas Moore also in the top 5. So a clean start for most and a clean rounding of the first mark. But it's Douwe Bosma who's in the lead, being chased down by our winner, of race 1, Dog Arps of Turkey.
And they're going to race upwind now, Alec, and see the wind socks up there. And we can see here Lucas Moore 26 knots, 27, 28. So there's an okay wind where he is, where Duval Bosma is in lighter wind at the moment, losing momentum. So again, all the skippers are so close to each other, but the routine player, Dog Arps, yeah, he's killing it again. Is this his race?
We shall see. And where was his nearest challenger? Bart Lambrexis. Well, he was thrown by that early penalty, wasn't he? But a man of his experience, I suspect we'll see him. He's certainly got the ability to come back from 7th place.
But Danish Lucas Moore currently in the lead, second, so close to Dog Arps, and they're going upwind. See here, Lucas Moore has the right away. He's coming in starport, and Dog Arps just going in front of him, and Tim Carpentier behind. This is going to be a race for giants.
But that manoeuvre from Dog Arps slows him down. Remember, every manoeuvre, because these boats are so fast, every manoeuvre is very significant and really takes time off your speed. So, who's going to be in?
Duval coming in.
An extra manoeuvre there from Lucas Moore. And Phil Bosma gets in front, but only just.
Yeah.
Dog Arps third.
Yeah.
Bandito back up into 4th now.
This
is going to be really close all the way now.
There is speed on this. It's impressive what we're going to see here. See Bandito all the way in 4th. He's sitting in Spain at the moment, and he's so focused. And I just saw before the dog came in also in the picture to make a little bit fun with him while he's there. Dog Bars in 3rd. Lucas Moore from Denmark in 2nd. But it's the young talent, Duval Bosma, in the lead, rounding that mark first.
He is. 50 metres between him and the chasing fleet, but so close. By this stage in the first race, the leading pair had a considerable gap on the rest of the fleet, but it's not the case in this race, with Dog Arps in 2nd, just a few metres behind the Dutchman. Lucas Moore in the mix as well. Bandito back up in the hunt.
Yeah, it's a very, very close race we are seeing here. They're going upwind. It's really, really impressive. Very close race. Top skippers. Even the world champ is close to the other players, but he's under pressure. This just means that the level of this game has risen a lot the last couple of months. But it's Dog Bars in the lead, Bart Lambrexis 4th, and Lucas Moore in 2nd at the moment.
And you can see in the mini radar at the top left corner how bunched together the fleet is. And a cross here between Lucas Moore and Bosma, our leaders. And Lucas Moore has it. Yeah. Lucas Moore takes the lead. And Dog Arps is going to come into 2nd. We've got another cross coming up. Now Dog Arps, he's going to cross behind the leader.
If his hands is not shaking, see what's happening there behind. They're all clustering up. Lucas Moore and Duval Bosma needs to do an extra attack. And that will be costly. They're going to race for that finish line. They're all together. Duval Bosma losing momentum. See, he's not happy in Holland. No.
He lost momentum. He hit the mark. He picks up a penalty. It was at least 4 penalties handed out at that mark. As they come to the final turn, it is neck and neck. Lucas Moore and Greece 9-9. But it's Lucas Moore, the Dane, out in front. The Greek is 2nd, and here comes Dog Arps in 3rd.
Yeah,
and that's how they're going to finish, with Lucas Moore from Denmark takes the win, Greece takes 2nd, and Dog Arps of Turkey takes a 3rd. So 2 podium finishes for the Turk. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to Lucas Moore. Tim Carpentier, there we are, crosses the line in 8th. And once again, the Lister or Filippo Lanfranchi, he finished in 6th in the end. So not a bad finish for him, an improvement certainly on his first race finish.
But interesting, Alec, to see, this is the beauty of what we're doing here. Seeing direction of the players, see Team Carpentier, he's so focused, he's a little bit unhappy riding his friends at the moment. We can see that on the phone. Dog Boss, he's still smiling. He's third, a victory and a third. That actually give him a good position. And then Duval Bosma. What happened at that round marking? See, he's not there, he's shaking his head. But let's see the stats here. Lucas Moore, the winner. Greek 9 second. Dogwars in third. Bandito fourth. Duval Bosma fifth. Filippo Lanfranci, Willister 7-1 6. Bartler and Briggs 7. Tim Carpentier 8. And Duval had the best start. But Lucas Moore had the best average speed. So Lucas was actually not winning on the stats. He was winning on that mark rounding up there. He just took his chance, his opportunity to go in and take it. But I have to say, the man sailing the shortest distance, he's sitting in Spain. There we have him. It's Carlos Bandito. And he did a fine job, but where did he end up in total? He ended up in fourth, winning that fourth position after actually coming from behind. Good stuff, Alec. Good stuff here in race number 2. Let's have Lucas Moore in studio, Alec, for an interview in the mix zone.
Lucas, well done on your victory in the second race, but it was a 7th in the first race. So what did you do differently?
Well, I think I had a way better start in the first race. I was blocked by the Greek boat. And then I think I took the correct gate mark in the last downwind and hit the right shift on the last leg. So I think it was just about perfect timing of the shifts, and it's always hard.
Who do you see as being your biggest challenge? I can't actually hear Lucas, unfortunately. But Lucas, who do you see as the biggest challenger now?
Still everybody. Everybody's one of the best EF50 sailors in the world. And we've done tons of races leading up to this event. So I still think it's anyone's game.
That's good stuff, good stuff. And let's get ready for race number 3. We will do that after this small break.
The boats are powered by battery. We have a lot of electronics and hydraulics, and everything, all the pumps and hydraulic pumps run off battery power. So the only thing that's not powered by battery is the actual wing winch, which we have grinders that control that. The batteries are extremely important. It's kind of like our lifeline. If we don't have batteries that are charged, if we get low, nothing on the boat functions. So it's as simple as that. So previous season, we had generators that kind of ran overnight that would charge our batteries on site. Now we have a container, 40-foot container, and there's a big bunch of solar panels, and basically during the day that charges the Tesla batteries, and then overnight we charge our boat batteries. So looking to be a lot more sustainable.
Charging through solar panels, it takes the same amount of time, but it's clean. So we're not running off diesel generators. We're using the power of the sun to charge these things, and it's a massive step up for us in terms of sustainability. Obviously last year was our first season, and we were on a massive learning curve, and we've taken what we learned from last season and applied it to now, and this is where we've ended up. With the current racking system that we have, we've basically set it up so that each team has 4 batteries, so we can charge 32 batteries at any one time, all at the same time, all on the same level. So the capacity and the reserve energy that we have within the system is massive.
This setup, basically it's got to be completely mobile. We're only here for, like this regatta, we're here for 3.5 weeks. So everything comes in on the container, comes out, and it has to be packed away within 3 weeks and off on the next ship to our next event.
As far as I'm aware, we're the first people to try it. We are trialling it on this container only at the moment, but the plan is we'll get some data from this event and roll it out across a broader scale within the eSailGP group.
Our boats are powered by the wind, but now our batteries are charged by the sun. But we obviously want to be carbon neutral come 2025. This is a step in the right direction.
and welcome back in this amazing race we have today. And Alec, what some characters we have in here. I'm a little bit surprised because people are saying when it's an esport, it's gamers playing, but all that is in the final today are sailors, and some of them top sailors.
Yeah, all really experienced sailors, and as you say, top sailors, in as much as they have done Olympic sailing, they're national squad sailors, and some of them are big boat sailors as well, and keel boat sailors. So a lot of experience here. It's always good to have non-sailors compete, but it just so happens that in our pop-up final here today, we have mostly, in fact, we have all 100% sailors. Right, that's what we've been waiting to see. Yeah. The overall leaderboard, and well, there you have the points with Dog Arps in first place right now with 18. Then comes Bandido in second, and it's so close for third place between Greece 9 and Lucas Moore, who won our previous race. Bart Lambrecht's in fifth, equal on points with Dua Bosma. And mathematically now, because we've only got one more qualification race left in this pop-up, Tim Carpentier and Valista will not be able to make the final, unfortunately. But they are playing for pride, and we'll see if they can get a win under their belts in the final race. So really, the battle is on between all of the top six.
Yeah. It's really interesting because when we're seeing Doc Boss, let's just go to him in studio. There he is. He's all happy, but he's also very nervous. I can see that. I can see how his face has changed by this race. He's he's shaking a little bit there. And then we have the more calm player, Bandido in Spain in second, and with a top performance here. That might be the two finalists we are going to see in this race. And before going into that, please in the chat write who do you think will go into the final, because we also have Greek 9. It's very close, Greek 9 and Lucas Moore battling it out for coming in. And then we have the Dutch team, Bartland Briggs and Duval Bosma. All of them can go into this fantastic final. We will see the next race just after this race. Who will join Joan Cardona in the final?
Hi, my name is Joan Cardona. I'm grinder for Team Spain. And you can find me in Virtual Regatta with the username of Joan Cardona Spain eSailGP. I invite you all to play in the next pop-up qualifier from the 10th to 12th of April.
Yes, that's a Team Spain move.
See you in Virtual Regatta.
And Alec, what a race we're going to see now. We're getting ready for the last race, and the only one we haven't spoke that much about today is Willis the 7-1, the world champ.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's going to be disappointed not to be making the match race final in a few minutes' time, because he's hugely experienced. He's, I think, the oldest competitor here at the young age of 48 years old. And he is currently sitting on his balcony, as he always does, a cigar in one hand and his tablet on the other, on his balcony in Viareggio in Italy, living the lockdown into day, well, it's more than 30 days now for the Italians. But he won't be making the final. This man might do, though. Yeah. Greece 9, currently sitting third overall. He needs to put in a fantastic performance. And, I mean, really, when you're in his position, all you can do is get out in front, hold on to the lead and try and win the race. And then you just have to worry. Well, you don't worry about what's happening behind you. You can only do as well as you can. Yeah. So third place.
But he is actually the favorite player of all the spectators out there. The chat is shouting, Greek 9, Greek 9, Greek 9, if I could translate it. All of them are battling to him. And then they also, the Spanish, hope to have a third Spanish player in the final, Bandido. That could be 3 out of 3 if that happens.
So will it be Spain against Spain in this pop-up final? That'll be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Let's get ready. 30 seconds to start. It's all about timing that starting line. And see, they're coming in. Let's watch it from the world champ. He's coming opposite side of the others, getting ready to hit that start line at 0. Let's take it away. Race number 3 coming up.
All eyes on the leader, our overall leader, Dog Arps of Turkey. Let's find him on the start line here, and let's see how he gets on with 3 seconds to go. They've accelerated away. They cross the line.
No,
it's
false
clean.
start. Bandito, Tim Carpentier, the Spanish with a false start. Dog Boss, top performing again. What's interesting what's happening here in the rounding. It's Greek 9 in the lead. He is getting all that feeling from the crowd in the chat.
So Greece 9 out in front, and another great start from the young, the young Dutchman, Douwe Bosma, in 3rd place. He always starts well. It's about consistency though, and we'll see how he gets on. He can make the final mathematically anyway, but it's Greece out in front, Dog Arps in 2nd. Bosma in 3rd. Bart Lambrecht's also in the hunt.
Yeah. But see, Bart Lambrecht's also coming in. It's again very open race, but we need to keep an eye. We cannot ride Bandito out of this race, because Bandito, he had a very good comeback last time, and see, he's actually close to the other players. Oh, Bart Lambrecht with a penalty made by the young Dutchman. The Dutch are fighting for this one. Piracy is allowed. The youngster is killing the routine player.
Dutch piracy. Oh, that was good. That was a great move. We're watching their leader now going upwind. It's Greece 9. Apparently the favourite to win this in the chat, but at the moment Dog Arps is in front of is battling him, is close enough to hang on to the overall lead.
But see who sneaks in the lead at the moment. It looks like he's coming back. It's Bandito. Great comeback here. He's queuing in 3rd. And if he gets that position 3rd and Greek 9 gets the victory, it's going to be on numbers who is going into that final with Dog Bars. But Douwe Bosma, I'm impressed. 14 years old, Alec. 14 years old.
Greece 9 through the gate, round that mark, and there was an extra manoeuvre going in there for Dog Arps.
Oh, penalty to the youngster! Oh,
picks up a penalty. I think he just crashed into the boat in front, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Lucas Moore in 4th now, but we're going to see that change as Bosma drops down. The computer slows his boat to represent the penalty, and now he's got a hard fight to get back amongst the leaders. However, look at the lead for Greece 9, 200 metres on Dog Arps.
Coming down that with speed. Great race by him, and they're getting ready to round this mark, and he goes to the opposite side. They're all going to the long side here. Lucas Moore following in 3rd, Bandito in 4th. See Bandito back in 4th. Great race by the Spaniard. I have to say, he's sitting here so focused, and an inside turn on him, on Lucas Moore. That's amazing, but he's under pressure. Tim Carpentier coming in. So close this race. Everything is open. Greek 9 is not secured of being in the final yet, because if that position holds with Bandito, Lucas Moore and Douwe Bosma, then everything is open. It's going to be on 1 point in between the top 2.
It's interesting, isn't it? Filippo Lanfranchi, who knows, world champion, knows he can't make this final. He's sort of just sitting back. He's using this as a bit of a practice race, isn't he? Back in 8th place, keeping out of trouble, not wanting to affect anyone else's results. And interesting, in the middle of the screen there, those 3 boats all coming together with Tim Carpentier and Bart Lambrechts. And that could have cost dearly. So for the leaders, it's also about staying out of trouble, as well as just sailing their race as fast as they can. As Greece 9, our race leader, comes up to this gate. One more manoeuvre from him. Dog Arps closing the gap. And then we also saw Bandito come into the mix.
Yeah, but Lucas a penalty to Dog Bars, that can change everything. That can get extra points to Lucas Moore. Lucas Moore, he needs to take this chance. They're racing for points. If Lucas Moore gets 2nd, he's 2nd right now. Tim Carpentier, Dog Bars dropping down. That means that that Greek Knight might not go into the final with Dog Boss. This is very close. Lucas Moore needs to keep that position, Alec. But it's Greek Knight
Greece
winning.
9 has done what we suggested he would have to do.
Yeah.
Get out in front, win the race, and then just wait to see what happens behind him. Yeah. So the Greek could do no more. He has won this final qualification race, but Lucas Moore of Denmark takes second, just ahead of... Or was it Bandito or was it Bart Lambrex? We shall have to see. And Dog Arbs as well. Yeah. We'll wait for the results to be official on the leaderboard as we wait for Filippo Lanfranchi of Italy to cross the line. But it's...
See that excitement there all. And Greek 9, he has his fans running into him and cheering, jumping around him. That's the Greek blood down there. But let's see the result here. The scoreboard coming up, Alec, first here. Greek 9.
So Dog Arps in the end was third, just ahead of Bandito. Tim Carpentier fifth, Bart Lambrex in sixth. So who will have gone through to the final? Will it have been Greece? Or will it be Lucas Moore? We shall have to see. Maybe Doug Arps. Has he done enough in third?
But we don't describe Bandito out. We haven't seen the scoreboard yet because Bandito, he was 1 point ahead of the others, 2 points actually, and he's getting fourth. So it can't be more open right now. And I will hold this a little bit because we will not see the scoreboard yet. Let's see some stats, Alex. Dog Bars with the best start and C 0.2 top start he has there, and he's also a little bit satisfied about that, shaking his head and saying, oh, that's a good start. But then best average speed for Bandito, but best maximum speed caught by the youngster sitting in Holland, the Netherlands right now. See, there he is, and he's also waiting. You see, they're all exciting who's going into that final. And then we have Dog Bars again sailing the shortest distance, and that's why he's coming up there. But he got a penalty when we're going into the chart. Then we see he lost it at the top mark rounding. There he dropped 1 position in total. So, guys and girls, skippers around the world, who will go into the final? But before that, let's see if we can have an interview with Greek 9. So, Greek 9, can you come to the mix zone and open up your mic? I know there's a little bit delay on him because of internet, but Greek 9, how are you doing?
Hello. I have a very good start. Then everything is very easy. No problem in this race.
It was. You got in front and you managed to stay in front. And now you just have to wait and see the maths and what happened behind you.
The most easy thing is to you are first.
Yes. Yes.
And then I'm doing the same with the second boat. That's all.
Cool, guys. And I have to say, congratulations to Greek 9 and congratulations to the players. And before we're going on a small break before the match race, let's hear the drums, Alec. Who do you think will go to the final? And the chat is on with us up there. A lot of people writing, hey, it's time. It's time to see who's going into the final. And here we have the final leaderboard after 3 races back to back. It's the first time it is so close. So here we go.
Dun, 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 dun. Dog Arbs! He just did enough. That's incredible. So if you think about it, the consistency, a first, a third, and a third, and that was enough to put the Turk through to the final. And Greece 9, the 40-year-old in Saloniki, just misses out with his 6th place, 2nd place, 1st place. But that's 6th. The first race is what cost him dear.
So I've just asked Greek 9 to turn off his mic so we can hear what we're saying here in studio.
Lucas Moore in 3rd place, just missing out by a point.
Oh.
And I was looking at his score. So he got, again, it was the first race that let him down because he got a 1st and 2nd, but a 7th in the first race. So Lucas, you miss out on that final again, and it's the first race that let you down.
Yeah, first race. I think it was the same as last time actually, but I guess my practice has paid off a bit.
Yeah, I think it is like the first time. I didn't have your results from the first eSailGP we did, so I didn't want to go from memory in case I was wrong. But I do think it was your first race that let you down the first time as well. So who knows? Maybe for the big San Francisco final, you'll go one better in your first race.
Yeah, definitely. I'll practice my starts.
Right, well, I think we need to hear from our winner in qualifying, Dog Arps, if we can, and get his reaction. Dog Arps, congratulations. So you've been top 3 in all 3 races, but how do you fancy your chances against Joan Cardona?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't raced him yet in a F50. And like the qualifiers were really hard. Like in order to be consistent at the top, I had to start perfect starts and round the first mark in top 3. And after that, you just avoid collisions and try to be as fast as possible. Yes. So the match race will be pretty hard. So it's a two-person against each other. And if you get a penalty, if you make a mistake, you just lose all the event. So it's a bit stress.
Oh, and how are you going to play the what tactics are you going to use in the pre-start? Are you going to be aggressive or defensive?
Do I need to tell it right now?
No, you don't. It's been a complete secret.
No, just kidding. The thing for me is to be consistent, and it's a long race, so it's I might not attack at the start, but you cannot know.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Well, best of luck.
Thanks.
And Alec, what a match race we're going to see. We're going to see the apprentice of Havuk Dogwars coming into the match race final, doing something Havuk hasn't done yet, performing under pressure. Havuk has qualified to all the top events, but then his apprentice Dogwars goes straight into a final first time he qualified. And then against the King of Sparta, we call him that, Greek 9, Leonardis, coming in there. It's because the beautiful pictures he sent in the community, he really looks Leonardis there. And that's a battle between the Greeks and the Turks. So are we going to have a match in between the Spartans and the Turks coming in trying to conquer the country again?
Oh, you have a very vivid imagination, Thomas.
But this is fantastic. Let's just have a small break, get ready for the match race. Guys and girls and skippers around the world, stay tuned. This is going to be exciting. And welcome back in studio. We are getting ready. Ready for the next race here, and it's going to be exciting because we have two top players qualified. It's Greece against Turkey, and yeah, exciting stuff coming up. What do you think about that, Alec?
Greece against Turkey, absolutely. And 2 names we haven't seen in a final before, Dog Arps and Greece 9. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be exciting. And we've both seen them really challenge each other in qualifying. So it's going to be fascinating.
Yeah. And one thing you all guys will experience is we just ask the players to turn off their mics. We will have their mics on while we're playing, so we can actually hear the reaction in the final. But exciting stuff today, Alec, because everybody could go into that final. There's only 2 and 1 points in between the different positions.
Yeah, I think we need to explain to new viewers how the format works, because we've got the grand finals that are tied into the real eSailGP events, haven't we? And we've got these pop-ups as well. So we've mentioned Joan Cardona a few times because he's actually made it through to the grand final already, and then we've got qualifiers within these pop-ups who will also go through to the grand final. I don't know if you can do a better job of explaining it.
I can. 3 races back-to-back in these pop-up qualifiers, and then a match race. The winner goes into the grand final, where you're winning a direct spot to the World Championship. But all 8 qualified here already got a spot to the World Championship playoffs. So they already won a small prize. They don't need to fight for that spot the rest of the year. They can have time to go up and play for it. We will get ready to the match race. We'll ask the players to go in the server now so we can see who is going to win today. And Alec, let's ask the chat up there, who is going to win? Is it Greece or is it Turkey? Is it Dog Boss or is it Greek 9? Please write. Greek 9 got a lot of, positive luck because all cheering on him in the last race. We will be back in a few sec for this fantastic race. And when we're speaking about young players, Alec, let's just rewatch this Inspire race that's coming up here. They're doing such a great job in eSailGP, inspiring youngsters.
I love it. It's so much fun, especially when I'm on the water and I can see all the boats from so close. And for me, who sails, it's like a dream, really. So my name is Caroline, and I work here on water operations. So I had applied in the past to different sailing opportunities like that, but people usually wouldn't even apply because I'm young and I don't have much experience. And I've been told that there's this Inspire Careers program, and I thought it was a really good opportunity. Most of my responsibilities are just looking around the ribs. I check that there's enough petrol, just like check the power, put the motors down and up. And then during the day we go on the water and I stay with safety 1 or 2. Control. This is safety 1, rating check.
The Inspire program is great for young people. As you get older, you realise that these people need an experience, and we try and give them a little bit of time because we know in the long term it's going to help them out. 7 out of 10.
This Inspire Careers Week I think will enable me to learn more about eSailGP, but also hopefully maybe get a job here. I think it would be the dream job for me.
And Alec, what a final we're going to see here.
Yeah, so let's set him up. The man you are looking at right now is Dogarbs of Turkey. He's sitting in Istanbul, like the rest of us in lockdown, but nothing is holding him back on the virtual race course that is the San Francisco Bay, as we have this eSailGP pop-up final. So Dogarbs of Turkey is up against this man, Greece 9, sitting in Saloniki. He's had a 6th, a 2nd, and a 1st place. So in the race results in qualifying, Dogarbs has had 3 podium finishes. Greece, he slipped to a 6th place in the very first race, but the 2 of them have been bow to bow, battling it out in the 2 final qualification races. Yeah. And so it's going to be interesting how they approach this match race where it's 1-on-1.
Yeah. A match race is a whole different story. See, they're all nervous. We just spoke with Doc Bars before going on, and he said he was all shaking on his hands. Leonardis, then Greek 9, he's more calm, we can see, but in behind that door, all his friends are sitting, and every time he's winning and doing something great, we see them jump out of the door and cheering on him. So a little bit pressure also on him. But we are going into that start here. It's all about getting a good start, and then match race, head-to-head, mano-mano, Sparta versus Turkey. Let's see how this goes.
So 36 seconds to go. And we have our two boats, the Greek in light blue and Dog Arps of Turkey with the menacing black sail. And they're beginning this little dance. It's a dance in which they're trying to keep each other covered, trying to get control of the other boat. And with 13 seconds to go, Dog Arps looks like he's got the advantage here. He has control of the Greek. He's pushing him as far to the that end of the line as possible. And you're going to see him suddenly switch and accelerate away. And he's pushing him. Yeah. He's really aggressive here, is Dog Arps, but now he's got his line to the first mark and he's got ahead and he's accelerating away to the first bend. He's going to turn here with a few meters on the Greek.
Yeah. It's amazing to see that eSport start. Did you see that eSport start, Alec? He really pressured, used the rules of the game, but it's not over. This is going to be a head-to-head. If that's the quality we're going to see of this race, wow, everything is coming up. Greek 9, he's behind at the moment, rounding the mark, following Dog Bars. It's all about not losing the leading boat. But again, he's splitting away. Interesting choice. Where is the wind in this radar? Right now it's in the middle, so the Greek boat is doing a great job.
So it's going to be a fascinating battle, head-to-head. Every time they cross, we'll get a good idea of who has the advantage and who is sailing best. But yeah, a fantastic start from the Turk, who really took the race to the Greek. But can he hold on to the advantage? The computer's telling us it's about a 70-meter advantage. On the screen, it looks a little bit closer. But anyway, we shall get a better idea as they reach the top gate.
And see how focused they are right now. Dog Bars all the way down in his mobile phone playing. Greek 9, he's talking to his friends. He's unlucky we don't have a mic on him and we can't ask him to turn it off. And it looks like on his body language he's saying some really good Greek words that we are not allowed to translate.
We wouldn't know them anyway. So coming up to 2 minutes into the race, and Dog Arps has now increased his lead coming up to this gate. We just see him come into shot. And the Greek, though, looking, needs an extra manoeuvre in there, and they're going to stay split. He's going to follow Dog Arps.
No, he's going opposite. He's going opposite.
Opposite marks, yeah.
So interesting. See how many meters he won some meters on it. I have to say he might have been 250 meters behind, but he won 50 meters on going to this side. He's pushing it all the way to the boundary not to get that penalty, but still Dog Bars, he's a little bit more calm now because he can control the race. But I have to say one small mistake in the next gate mark turn and it's all over.
Yeah. So Dog Arps now 100 meters. So he's not increased his lead on this leg.
No.
But now Dog Arps has been sort of joking really in his interviews all day about his shaky hands and about feeling nervous. Well, I wonder how he's feeling the pressure now.
But did you see that mark rounding? That actually made Greek 9 come closer to Dog Bars. He won 120 meters in one mark rounding. So it is going to be open, this Alec. So Dog Bars, he's doing another tactic. He's actually going to stronger wind. He's in stronger wind at the moment. And Greek 9, he's tacking over there now. So maybe Greek 9 made a small strategic mistake in this upwind.
And remember, every manoeuvre in this really fast EF50 really has an effect on your opponent, in as much as you lose a lot of time and a lot of distance because your opponent is moving so fast. It's an opportunity for that opponent to close the gap. So to get the right line in, to get on that ley line and hit the marks with as few manoeuvres as possible is absolutely key. And now we're seeing the Greek coming into the gate. We're going to see our leader come in from this right-hand side. And they have closed the gap, haven't they, on each other?
But I think when they're rounding this mark, Dog Bars, he can be very happy. See, he's also going to the left-hand side straight away. He's shaking his head. They have been playing this game so much that he knows this was the victory coming up. Dog Boss going downwind. He's all happy with that one. Sadly, we can't get a picture with Greek 9 at the moment. His signal is going a little bit out. But Dog Boss, it's okay. And there he rounds the reach mark. Alec, what a winner we have here.
So Dog Arbs in Istanbul is our winner of this eSailGP pop-up. Congratulations to him. It's his second victory of this competition and his fourth podium place finish. Congratulations to him. And in the end, quite a victory of over 5 seconds between him and Greece 9, sitting in Saloniki. The Tornado sailor from Greece has done so well to make this final, but a second place and beaten really in the pre-start by the Turk.
And let's go straight into the mix zone, Alec, and speak with Greek 9 here. And
well done, Dog Arps. Congratulations, and presumably, I don't know, is that your brother?
No. These are my friends. For a month, I'm living with my friends to be exactly in quarantine because my parents are a bit old, around 60, so I want to be just cautious about the virus. So I'm in my friends, and this mustache is the house rule. Everyone has to have the mustache. That's why. Because most of my friends were writing me from the WhatsApp about the mustache. So I just want to be clear about that. So if you want to be at house, you need to have the mustache. That's the rule.
That's a great story. So, what are the rules about shaving the moustache off? When does it come off? Or maybe you'll decide to keep it forever.
I'm sure it won't be forever, but for now we will go with the mustache. I don't know how long, but we will go with it.
Well, I don't know if it's my internet connection, but it looks like a ginger moustache.
Yes.
He's also the apprentice of Havuk. What do you think?
Right.
The carrot of Turkey. So
I just painted it to represent Havuc in the finals. He wasn't there with us.
Well, it's fantastic. Well done on your victory, and I'm glad your mates are there to celebrate with you. And well, we're going to see plenty more of you in the coming finals then. But what about that? Tell us about the actual race. Tell us about the pre-start. And you obviously went out to control it from the start.
So after I qualified, I just have a practice races with Havuc. So he's a really good sailor, and he taught me a lot. So at the end, I decided that it's good to be aggressive at the start because, if you get a hook under the other boat, like in real life, you can control the start, or even you can give the other boat a penalty. So after the start, I wanted to be assured that I was in clear wind, so we went a bit upwind, and afterwards I was just controlling him around and be in the right shifts and try to minimize the maneuvers in order to keep the high speed. And at the end, it worked pretty well. So
well done. It was a great race, and your shaky hands did not fail you.
Yeah, I was really cautious at the marks, just rounding a bit outside, just to be safe about hitting the mark, because my hands are still shaking.
Yeah. But I also have to say congratulations from studio. Great job, Dog Boss, being the third player qualifying to the grand final, 3rd out of 8. So let's see how it will go in the future. Congratulations again. And Alec, 2 sec, we don't want Dog Boss in studio. There we go.
Enough of him.
Alec, welcome back in studio. What a final we had today, and a whole other type of tactics we had in this final.
Yeah, I mean, it's a classic sort of match race start. You know, when you see sort of America's Cup skippers like Jimmy Spithill, or if we're talking about eSailGP, Ben Ainsley and Tom Slingsby and so on, when they go at it in the pre-start. We haven't really seen much of that in the eSailGP, but today we did. We got a real duel between our finalists. Good stuff.
Yeah, but also we see a huge jump in the game at the moment. These were real top sailors, and two top sailors meeting each other in a final like this. Wait, good stuff, good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, certainly for the less experienced and for people tuning in and watching for the first time, or who want to get started, these are the guys you need to watch to learn how it's done.
Yeah, Alec, there's only one thing to say. All of you out there,
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. And congratulations to Dog Bars with another win. This is Thomas Bjørn Luthi. And Alec Wilkerson.
And I'm Alec Wilkerson.
Yeah, saying goodbye. See you guys.
Thanks.